Good morning from what is another cold one here at Green Road Gardens, and as promised I'm going to show you how to sow onion sets. Now I do it in a novel sort of a way because onions create a stem that is very brittle. The stem is actually, the leaf I suppose you call it, is actually hollow, and it's very easy to break it. And when you're weeding your onions, it's very easy to knock them over and to break the leaf or the stem. And the way I'm going to show you will get over that problem. So I actually use onion sets. So these are sets here, and what they are basically is a little baby onion. They look for all the world like a baby onion. Some of them, when you buy them now, will have little green shoots on them, and don't worry about that, that's okay. What you do need to avoid though are ones like this. These ones look a bit suspect, and you see the way there's a bit of mould on that one? So with those ones, even if they were a bit fuller than that, if they show any signs of disease on them, get rid of them. And don't get rid of them in your compost heap, because that'll carry it forward into your garden. So put them into your bin, those kind of ones. They do have an up and a down, and it's obvious on this one because you have the green shoot. But if it's not obvious, basically the bottom end is more flat, whereas the top end is pointy. So you're going to push it down with the bottom end down. So here is my bed, and I have covered, this is a raised bed, and I have covered it down with Mypex. Now I have a love-hate relationship with Mypex, and it can be wonderful and it can be terrible. And I suppose the terrible thing that I find about it is this. So it's this fraying here that causes a lot of issues, especially if you leave it floating around your garden. So the fibres in it, these woven fibres, all fray, and what I have discovered is that little birds use these fibres to weave into their nests. And while it might make a sturdy nest, it makes for a very dangerous environment for the chicks. And I have seen 2 chicks actually being killed by getting their necks caught up in this, and they actually hung themselves on this material. So that's my issue with the Mypex. Now what I have done here, you can see I used to cut little holes with a knife or a scissors, but the holes then all became frayed. So then I came across a thing called a flambeer, which basically you use for flambeing your creme brulee, and this is it here. So it's a tool that you use to burn the top of your creme brulee basically. And so what I do with that is I burn the little holes in the Mypex, and it means then that you can use it over and over again, the same piece of Mypex, year after year. And if you wanted to, you could also, the edge of the bed where you tack down the Mypex onto the bed, you could actually turn in the edge of that and sew it with the sewing machine, and that would make it a lot more durable as well. So then actually sewing your little onion set, you can see here I did this last week, and some of them are starting to come through. See there's a little green shoot on that one. Now there's a little bit of an issue in that some of them, see this one here? This one here has decided that it doesn't want to come up in the hole, and it's disappearing off over here somewhere. So in that instance you have to very, very gently get it out of the hole like that. Now if you do that early on, it's not an issue, but let's say I had let it grow over to here and I'm trying to tease it back out in the hole, I'm actually going to break the stem. So for the first couple of weeks, keep a good eye on your little seed sets and make sure that they're coming out. Here's another one here that is also in, so I'm going to have to get in there and again gently get it out without breaking it. And sometimes you do break them, and they will come too, but you just give them a setback. So just if you do it earlier and make sure that they come out, then that's it. And then the beauty of this system is you never have to look at them again for the rest of the summer. The Mypex keeps the bed moist. It also keeps the heat in, and all this space in between the onion sets can now not grow weeds because it's covered down. As I say, the sowing of them, you just get your little onion set the right way up and you push it into the hole and push it in firmly. And onion sets actually like firm ground. So if you could have prepared your bed in the autumn and covered it down, covered it with compost and covered it down, it means that the bed settles and it's firm. Onions like to push against something firm. To push themselves up out of the soil, because they end up being on the top of the soil, so that they're out in the heat, and they like that. Yeah, if not, just it's no harm to give the bed a little bit of a firming down. So that's it. Give it a go, and I hope you'll be successful with it. You could possibly try this with brown paper or something as well if you didn't want to use the Mypex. But I've been doing this for the last 30 years and it's worked very well for me. I started off using black polythene before I learned about Mypex. And but the thing about that was that it doesn't let the moisture in, doesn't let the rain in. So the Mypex works better if you do the burning and sowing, so that you can reuse it and not kill any little birds in the process. So from Green Road Gardens, go green, stay clean and get gardening, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.